I want to touch on a few things that aren't about that, just to kind of branch off a little bit. Sasha's shot that she took that hit the eye of this person.
Yeah.
Like, you were so right to, in the moment, call back to the bow and arrow scene, because it's immediately what I thought of. And
She's great aim.
I thought it was, like, intentional, but to see, like, the skill transfer over so smoothly and, like, in one shot, I was like
but it was also
jaws
so
on the
good because
ground.
we couldn't tell she got it yet because it was almost like still firing after she took the shot. And I was like, oh, she probably bounced off, you know? And then the gun tip just kind of goes boop.
Oh, it was like, so well done. I loved it. I think that for some, like, Sasha's got to be one of my favorite characters in the show, just like for how much lovability they have, I guess.
Yes. And now we know what the lights were for.
Oh, the lights. There's so many good things in this episode.
For the airship, I'm like, okay, did we have some more people other than Aaron come over and learn, like, the technology? Did Aaron send over, like, plans of how to build an airship over to Paradis? Or did we steal an airship? Did we learn how to build it based on memories?
If Funimation didn't suck, I think I'd have the answer right now, which it looked like Hanji was behind somebody in a Marleyan uniform, which would lead me to believe that there was somebody on the inside who took this airship out.
We were told that there were people who sympathized with Paradis and would probably be working with them. So you're great to have noticed that, because I didn't even notice he was in a Marley uniform.
Dude, we got so much.
And we've never met him before, so it makes sense.
And he was not just white, which is all we get at Paradis. So I was like, probably not from Paradis. Yeah. But the lights for the airship, but right before we got the lights for the airship, Jean, like, as far as I thought, was just gonna kill Falco. Like, he was like, he thought about it and it was difficult, but he was resolved and gonna do it.
Wasn't it nice, though, to get that again with Jean?
Yes. But it was against Falco, so that makes me conflicted. But then Peak, I think, caused the steam to I don't know.
No, but did you hear Jean? He was like, I don't think it was the steam. I think I messed up.
I know I heard him say that.
And I genuinely, for his character, though, don't you believe he would have messed up there?
Yes.
He's still Jean. At the
4
end of
years
the day,
ago, yes. But I don't, but
I feel like he's the type of personality and character that would have changed the least.
Me too. I agree. I'm just saying, I don't know. Like, but it was just an interesting scene. A lot of different things were happening. But oh my God, I can't believe they even gave that to us with like.
It brought me back to like, I'm surprised that they didn't like overlap it with a shot of Jean from 4 years ago, basically, doing in the same moral dilemma of killing a person versus killing a Titan. And it was nice to have that with Jean in this episode, and a moment where we as the audience truly think about it again for a second, especially coupled with the fact that Armin appears in this episode. And we know from Armin's character that he was basically the first of them that killed a person.
Yeah.
And how much he had to go through over what he had done. And now we got that shot of Jean again struggling to kill a person with Armin having killed thousands.
It would have taken
all
me
in
out.
One episode.
It would have taken me out of it if they showed me a flashback.
We didn't even need it.
Yeah,
it was iconic for Jean's character to call upon that memory.
It really was.
For him. And it was iconic to call upon those memories when Armin appeared. Yep. And we look down at what he's done, and he looks down at what he's done. And you can tell he is not. I think his expression is separate from Aaron's. I think they're very different expressions. Like, after Aaron basically wiped away this whole theatrical show and all of the crowd, he looked blank and indifferent. Armin looked almost like a sad empty.
Well,
like an emptiness there. But it's on the sad side. So
from everything we understand, there's a reason for that difference, and that's because Aaron's been living here, you know? Mm-hmm. And Armin, I don't think has. And I just, again, want to compliment the writing for the fact that, like, you don't want to say it writes itself, but it's like, because of how good the writing is, the second that I saw Armin, like, pop out the back of the Colossal Titan, I was like, oh my God, this is what Berthold saw. Mm-hmm. And then it was like So this is what you must have saw. I was like, oh my god, so, this is crazy.
You're right. Like, the writing is so good for these characters that even if I don't guess what they're gonna do, everything they do feels right.
Exactly.
For them.
Exactly.
Everything they say feels like on point. Oh my gosh. Like, you just said something that reminds me of something you said.
Yep.
4 years ago, or you're calling upon a character and a moment and a time. And it's like every character is like as if it was written by someone else who was writing it as themselves.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, so my personality is Armin's personality, and this is what I would do next. And then you like go to the next person and like, hey, your character is Jean. What would you do?
Yep. It's giving each character room to be themselves.
Like, I could only hope and wish that if I were writing characters, they would all feel so individual and true to themselves throughout. Like, their progressions and how they think, I can totally understand why they do and say what they do and how they grow and grew the way that they did.
I had a couple more things.
Only a couple?
Yeah. But I, again, don't... Okay, yes. One of them was reading the mid-roll, but sometimes Funimation's weird, so sorry about that. But would you like to read it?
Oh, sure. New ODM gear used by Paradise Island forces, which utilizes... Compressed gas. There was a little line over it. And wire hooks fired from special equipment to allow their soldiers to nearly mimic flight.
Holy,
that line! And with Falco being like, there's the flying above me.
New ODM gear. Whoa.
I did feel like they
were going faster.
They were going faster.
The color.
There was more, like, I feel like everyone else looked like how Levi did. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I remember us being like, wow, Levi's the most graceful of all of the scouts. Like, he's doing all of these flips and grabbing onto different things in midair, and everyone else is kind of just looping it out, you know, doing their best job. But it was almost like they were like, how do we get everyone else to look like Levi?
I felt like the lightning spears might have had a different color to them. Like, they were like blue flames. I wonder if that technology was upgraded as well, like just to have more destructive power. It seems like there's more of them, you know? So that's awesome. I wanted to talk about the Beast Titan.
Okay.
Do you feel like something...
the line that the Beast Titan said about Eren Yeager not being his enemy?
It just piles it on. I think I'm more weirded out about the time quote than the Eren quote. Because the Eren thing, I'm like, okay, well, you did say you'd come back for him. You're not his enemy, you're his brother. Like,
right, how did he know that Levi was timing something?
And then I thought the kill on the Orangutan was weird too.
It seemed like it happened way too easy.
I think that there might be some shenanigans going on that we don't know. I could be totally off base.
Well, we've wondered about Zeke.
But I wonder if Zeke and Levi are somehow like have a plan with Eren now, or in cahoots somehow. It wouldn't make any sense.
Zeke said that his enemy wasn't Eren, it was Levi first. But it did seem like Zeke went down a little too easy for my liking. I know Levi is epic and awesome, but I thought we were supposed to be under the impression that Zeke was also awesome.
Well, I mean, Levi did just roll Zeke the first time. But, okay, let's look at his lines.
That's true.
Let's look at his lines. Eren Yeager is not my enemy. I love when everybody says Eren Yeager. Like, all these people who don't even know him personally. He's just this fear.
Someone else comes first.
Someone else comes first. Show yourself, Levi. You're running out of time.
But also, why would Levi be more of an enemy to him than Eren? Is it because he doesn't think Eren could take him down? He thinks Levi could?
Well, I think he'd know that he had no shot of beating Eren if Levi was still around.
Or it's an Ackerman thing, like, you're my true enemy.
I think...
You took me down once and now I need to get revenge.
Yeah. Well, is it, you're running out of time because Eren doesn't have too much longer? I don't know. I guess...
Well, why would he be on a stopwatch? Like,
For Hanji and Armin coming in.
Okay. You're running out of time.
But it's weird for, like, the time
Does that mean that the Beast Titan knew about the airship, possibly?
Well, no. I think it's too... I think I might be getting confused because it's two separate instances of time they're like showing and talking about, but them being right next to each other makes me think they're about the same thing. Like, I think that Zeke might have been saying you're running out of time in the sense that, oh, it's like a bombardment on Eren right now. You're not going to be able to save Eren, like, if you're not here in time. And then it shows Hanji and Armin, like, in reference to the clock that Levi's looking at. That being said, I have a gut feeling that is not substantiated by anything other than the fact that I don't think I've ever seen Levi with a pocket watch before, that there is something else clocks?
There. Did Paradis even have clocks?
Last time I tried to be confident about something, I told everybody picture frames never existed. So I don't know if I'm confident saying anything about that. I think so, but yes. I just got, I guess, like an inner feeling that and then the orangutan going down so easy, I was like, there's something here. I don't know.
It felt fishy.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, like, Peak. So if you think about it, like, it took more time and strategy to take down Peak than it did the Beast Titan. And I get that, yes, Peak had, like, guns on her back, and the Beast Titan was being taken down by Levi versus other scouts. But I feel like that just happened way too quick for me for there to not possibly be something fishy there.
I agree. To be fair, orangutan, I think, fights better at a distance.
Yes, oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that Levi would be able to take down the Beast Titan. It was the timing and how quick it happened, and then it just went on to the next thing. I think it was a part of being overwhelmed from this episode.
Yeah,
is that Beast Titan went down,
yeah.
Peak fell down,
yeah.
Then we have what's happening to Galliard, all in a span of like 5 minutes.
So not from any secret potential narrative that we're thinking of, but from just the narrative we know of Zeke, right? If worst came to worst, couldn't he, like, if he still was in the orangutan, like, just make everybody who's still somehow alive in the vicinity into, like, dumb titans? Or would he think that Eren could use them within this lie? But I'm pretty sure Zeke knows. I don't know.
I mean, I think it's an interesting point of, like, why have we not, and why wouldn't he turn Eldians into Titans in order to busy up the scouts or busy up Eren?
Maybe he will. I don't know.
Maybe he will. Or maybe he believes that Eren now, I mean, we've seen from this episode that Eren has practiced some crazy stuff. Some crazy activities where now it's not a hardened, like, glass sculpture of himself. He leaves his actual body, like, Titan body, and makes a new one right away.
I was like the surprised Pikachu face. I could not believe what I was seeing. And then with this new improved Eren, who also has the Warhammer Titan now, we are left off with him facing a significantly weakened Reiner, if what my eyes are seeing is being understood by me correctly.
Oh, like, and a Reiner that doesn't have the will to live.
I mean, obviously he has something, because he stood up, right? But I take the different transformation as it being like a weakened, this is closer to the end form. How do you take it?
It looks more like him. There's
Correct.
More of, like, a humanity there. There's more of a, that's Reiner standing up. And I don't know if that is meant to be more powerful. If Reiner was able to beat Eren, it's more powerful because not only is he in a weakened state, but he appears more like himself and more human.
Yeah.
And if that's supposed to be a statement that's being made about the difference between the two characters, I don't know.
Just let me die in peace.
Yeah, just let me die in peace.
Oh, and earlier in the episode, Falco being like, I don't think we should wake him up.
Yeah, don't wake him up.
And then how that changed to screaming for him.
And that was like, because Falco knew that Reiner didn't want to fight. And he knew that by screaming and waking Reiner up, he'd be forcing Reiner to do something that Reiner did not want to do. And I wonder why he then made the decision to start screaming for Reiner as well. Maybe it's still that hope that you can make it all better. You're the person we look up to. You're the person we believe in. Can fix this. I don't know. I also wanted to talk about what Hanji said to Armin when they were on the airship, which is something like, I believe she said something along the lines of either being surprised that Armin was so willingly going along with this crazy Eren plan.
Mm-hmm.
And Armin said something along the lines of being like, I wish I was half as strong as Eren is, or something like that.
I thought that was Erwin, right? You get possessed by Erwin or something.
Okay.
Like, talking about a reckless plan.
I misread that.
I read it. It's so funny that you say that. The first time that I read it, I thought it was like you got possessed by Eren.
Yeah, because I was like, why would we be talking about Erwin? So my mind read that as Eren. I can only hope if it means that his strength is with me. Okay. Because I was thinking about that line pertaining to Eren, and I was like, well, why is Armin talking like he wants Eren's strength? Like, how does he view Eren now? But this makes a lot more sense. And
I have one more thing to say, and that is the person's mind second that I'm most interested in hearing about is Armin. Because, like Hanji said, this was his plan. And unlike Eren, he didn't spend the time there, which would make him see these people not as much as people as Eren would see them potentially, right? Like, he wasn't living every day with them. I don't know. I would love to hear how Armin is feeling right now and what he's thinking. And how he came to the decision that this is what they were going to do.
Yes, he didn't spend those days that Eren spent learning that these Marleyans were people.
Yeah.
But before Bertholdt even died, Armin, to his last breath, was trying to save Bertholdt. Eren would have just killed Bertholdt, I feel like, because that was the ends to the means, basically. The means to the ends of what needed to be done, and Bertholdt wasn't willing to stop, and wasn't willing to give up.
Mm-hmm.
But Armin was, I think, one of the main characters, especially, that still saw hope and the possibility of maybe I can reach them for these characters that he learned were the big bad villains. And I think that also from now possessing the memories of the person that he was trying to reach out to till the very end would give him maybe even more of a clear grasp of the humanity of Marleyans compared to Eren.
Exactly. This is why he's the character I need to hear from.
Yes.
Because I am like, my inner thought that I'm wondering is, if Armin had spent the time there, would his decision be different than Eren's? And how different would it be? And why didn't Eren let Armin go through it and see that these people were this way? And why, like I'm so interested in the complexities of that, like and how that will play out.
Right, and the other added element is the fact that the memories that both of them have access to are very different in terms of the how good Marley might look in their memories. Like, Bertholdt seemed to probably have had a pretty nice, safe life along with Reiner. It doesn't seem like there was any family trauma. It doesn't seem like they stepped out and got hurt by the Marleyans. It seemed like he got this opportunity and he was doing it for a reason that we still don't really know exactly why Bertholdt chose to become a warrior.
Yeah.
But it seems like his life was definitely less against Marley and less hatred toward Marley and less tragic before he left to Paradis than Eren's father, Grisha, who had seen the worst of the worst, both from what happened to his sister as a child, but then the worst of the worst of once he tried to start fighting back against the system and how him and his loved ones were treated after that. And so that is an element that can't be forgotten either, that the memories that both of them have from a past person probably view Marley pretty differently, or at least not as strong of a hatred on Bertholdt's part.
If this show wasn't so dead set on hurting my head and tried to make me smile a little bit more.
Has it ever tried to make you smile?
They would have showed me the moment that Armin had the memory and realization that Berthold had a crush on Annie. And Armin would have been like, oh, what, really? And like, it would have just been like a cute moment or something. I don't know. I'm Attack on Titan.
Aww.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about the fact that Armin could see all of the like cute blushy Berthold moments of him having a crush on Annie.
I wonder if this means Armin is destined to be with Annie because he has the memories of Berthold. Oh
gosh. I don't know if that would be like fucked up or like destined to be.
I don't know. Maybe he's like changed. Who was the person in the if it wasn't Armin, who's the person doing everything? A person we don't know yet?
No, I think it was Armin. I think Armin just got in a little sailboat and was leaving as the warships were coming toward.
Yeah?
Yeah, because he was heading out from Marley and they were heading in toward Marley.
Okay.
So he got on a little ship and started passing them.
Okay. Are you sure?
I am almost positive.
Yeah, get your ship out of here. Yeah, that makes sense.
But he's passing them away from Marley, and they're heading towards
I don't know,
Marley.
though, because he's in his ODM gear outfit. Obviously, he could have changed.
He could have changed.
But what
it could have been under what he was
know.
wearing.
It could be Historia, though, too. I don't know. I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm excited. I'm happy.
True.
Yeah.
True statements, yes.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time. I think that there might be some shenanigans going on that we don't know. I think that there might be some shenanigans going on that we don't know. I think that there might be some shenanigans going on.
I think that there might be some shenanigans going on.